With Thanksgiving finally behind us, now it's time to look forward to the December holiday season. A jolly time filled with family and cheer, and holiday movies. But with so many holiday movies across a myriad of streaming platforms, how can you possibly choose which one to watch when you're getting cozy by the fire and not leaving your house? Well, we've gotten some of our favorites together to hopefully help you make that decision. With so many Christmas Carol adaptations out there, it's hard to choose just one. Like, do you go with the 1951 Alastair Sim version, considered by many traditionalists to be the best? Or do you go the Henson route with A Muppet Christmas Carol starring Michael Caine, which for me is a very close second to my favorite. 1988's Scrooged starring Bill Murray.
Call security, have them change his locks, and toss him out of the building.
Oh, he's fired? It's Christmas.
Scrooged isn't your typical Christmas Carol adaptation. It is a scathing satire of the 1980s entertainment world. The Scrooge character is a TV network exec named Frank Cross, who starts off trying to exploit Christmas and everyone around him for his own empty personal gain.
It is important to remember the true meaning of Christmas.
Don't miss Charles Dickens' immortal classic, Scrooge. Your life might just depend on it.
From there on, it's a brilliant mapping of the original Christmas Carol, where he's visited by 3 ghosts, and once again discovers not only his own humanity, but the Christmas spirit.
I believe in it now. I believe it's gonna happen to me now. I'm ready for it.
It's peak Bill Murray showing you how much of a Grinch someone can be.
Well, that's a painting one of my kids did.
Honey, how many fingers does Mrs. Santa Claus have here?
11?
11. Right. It's crap. Lose it. I don't want it on the walls.
And then showing you how joyous and hilarious life can be.
I'm alive, and so are you. Hey, you glad to see me, or is this a shotgun in your pocket? Okay, you've heard it. Come on.
And then making your heart swell until you weep at the end, which I do every time.
Did I forget something, big man?
God blesses everyone.
Even if you're not a huge Bill Murray fan, give Scrooged a shot. It might just change your mind.
If there's one holiday tradition I honor every year, it's queuing up Gremlins on Christmas Eve. This 1984 creature feature from director Joe Dante tells the story of a young bank teller and his strange new pet. When Billy Peltzer is given something called a mogwai for Christmas, he's told to follow 3 rules. First, no bright lights. Second, no letting it get wet. And third, no feeding it after midnight. As you might expect, it doesn't take long before Billy breaks 1, 2, 3 of those rules, and the chaos that follows makes up the meat of the movie. I love Gremlins because no matter how many holidays I spend watching it, this strange little film never fails to surprise me. They're the memorable things that just don't get less weird, like Phoebe Cates' "My dad got stuck in a chimney" monologue.
And me and Mom were expecting them to pull out a dead cat or a bird. And instead, they pulled out my father.
But there are also small details that only reveal themselves with multiple viewings. Gremlins 2: The New Batch takes the wacky tone of the original even further, and some say it's even a better movie.
Now, was that civilized? No, clearly not.
But it's not strictly speaking a Christmas film, so I usually treat myself to a double feature and get the best of both worlds. It's a perfect pick if you want something a little offbeat for your merry movie watching, but maybe wait until after dinner to cue it up. You know, the microwave scene.
I'm here to talk to you about none other than the 1996 classic Jingle All The Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. Sinbad's character is a postman. Arnold Schwarzenegger's character is a mattress salesman, a very fancy one at that. He works at a really nice place, I think, for a mattress salesman, but that's neither here nor there. And these 2 dads are set on this collision course where they learn a little bit about each other, they learn a little bit about Christmas, and there's a lot of crazy things that happens along the way. It centers around the concept, what happens if you wait till the last minute to go shopping and the thing that your kid wants is the most popular toy in the world.
These guys are looking for a Turbo Man?
A gentleman dog, yes.
Arnold is taking his first crack at trying to get the elusive Turbo Man. And he goes to the mall where there's balls that are being given out. And obviously, as we see Black Friday in shopping scenarios in general, people get crazy. The balls start bouncing all over. There's just so many fun comedy moments. Besides Arnold and Sinbad, a huge part of the comedy in this movie comes from Phil Hartman, who's a star of Saturday Night Live, just a master character actor.
Oh, Howard, excuse me, but your wife's cookies are out of this world.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Put the cookie down! Put that cookie down! You know, a lot of people sleep on Jingle All The Way. Now, there might be, you know, other Christmas classics that you might find to be your favorite. This one personally has the most connection to me. It's just a really fun movie that's a blast and has all these crazy moments, and I don't think they've made a Christmas movie like that since then. I mean, what could you want? It's a Christmas movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad and Phil Hartman. Sign me up.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation reintroduces us to the Griswolds. This is the third National Lampoon Vacation movie, personally my favorite. But basically it is about the perfect Griswold family Christmas. And there is snot and dickies and sledding and trees and squirrels. And basically in the attempt for a perfect Christmas, anything that can go wrong does go wrong. But Christmas still is perfect in the end because Christmas is in your heart.
Sure is. So the first time I saw this film in 1989, I'm sure my parents forced me to watch it, so I would have been 6 years old. But I really didn't connect with it till I was in high school. I had a friend named Kevin in Spanish class who used to just recite Uncle Lewis stuff all the time.
The blessing!
High school really brought me back to the movie, and I've been watching it ever since.
I always like this one because I feel like as a kid, there's enough slapstick physical comedy to appreciate. But then as an adult, there's a lot more adult humor that you really don't get until later in life.
Where do you think you're gonna put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you.
So I feel like it's always a good one. Anything else?
Get the rubber sheets and the gerbils.
Merry Christmas.
My holidays are simply not complete until I watch About Time. This movie comes from Richard Curtis of Love Actually fame, so you know that it's gonna be snappy and smart and funny. It has that distinct Richard Curtis humor that is very English and very frank and dry, but also just like laugh out loud funny.
Go in there and wait. Quietly. I mean it, don't make a sound. Or I'll kill you.
I guess it's kind of more of a New Year's movie because one of the early scenes does take place at a disastrous New Year's party, but it feels like all holidays. It's just got family and feelings and snow. I feel like there's a lot of snow, rain, precipitation. You get it. The movie stars Domhnall Gleeson as a young man who finds out that the men in his family can travel through time. Now, it's nothing super dramatic. You can't like change the world or kill Hitler or anything, as his dad, Bill Nye, explains to him, but you can go back to events in your own life and change the way that they went. Meaning, you can undo every single mortification you have ever experienced in a public setting, and Tim does do that. His time travel experiments range from the aforementioned disastrous New Year's party to actually meeting his wife. That section is a little bit murky morally, but you kind of just gotta power through it.
What's my mother's name?
I remind you of your mother?
Obviously, I should have thought this through more.
Could you give me 1 second?
Again, if you're watching this movie because you like Love Actually, like that part shouldn't really be a problem. There's nothing super remarkable like story-wise. You just follow this young character through his life, but you get to look at it through this renewed lens of what it's like to be able to relive days of your life and to really appreciate them for the one time that we get to. And I did lie by saying that I watch this every year because sometimes I am not emotionally equipped. I cry so much in this movie, and you will too.
Those are only some of our holiday recommendations. Check out Mashable.com for more.